Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be talking about GRE, which is called GRE or IELTS. Do I need GRE or IELTS? One thing I wanted to know is that writing GRE or IELTS does not determine your admission being successful. So even if you've written GRE or you're about to write, that doesn't mean you will be admitted or not admitted. It only serves as a boost for your application. So should I write GRE or IELTS? Welcome back, guys. So let's continue. So GRE is called Graduate Record Examination, and for most schools they expect you to get above 300 to be considered a good applicant for that degree. But most schools now, either in the US or in Canada, are waiving GRE because they feel it might not really be a test of knowledge, so they depend mostly on skills that graduate students have. So what are those skills that you can transfer to my lab? What are those skills that you have? What are those leadership skills that you added to your CV that make you a good fit for my lab or for graduate studies? So they shifted more to that now. So should I write GRE or not? If you have the money, write GRE. If your course requires GRE, like when you started searching, we have so many universities in the US, but let's say you started searching and searching, so for your course, every of the school requires you to write GRE. Just see something like compulsory GRE, make sure you write it to boost it. And if you get something like 300 or above, it should be guarantee of funding, so it will boost your work. But now most schools will say, okay, don't worry, we will not consider GRE, so you don't need to submit. Know that those schools, even if you write, it might not be useful. But some will say, if you have, submit, but if you don't have, you might not submit. Now that is very tricky. Or required, but might not be considered. Yes, something like that, and you've not written GRE, please don't bother apply, don't bother wasting your money. Which means if you are in like a competition with someone, let's say you have two more people competing and they need just one person, for the fact that if the other person submits GRE score and you did not submit, they will consider that person because they said it is not compulsory but it is required, which means if you submit, you might try and use it sometimes, but if you do not submit, there is no problem with that. So if you know you have the necessary skills needed, and you've got the leadership skills and you've got a good grade, if you apply to a school like that, you might be lucky to get the funding and be admitted. So if a school stated explicitly that they don't want GRE, then you know that, okay, if you apply to this school, your admission is guaranteed with funding if you are the kind of candidates they want. But if they say they need GRE, but it's at your own wish to submit or not, which means they might or may not consider it, is better you write GRE in this case, or if your course really needs it. So should I write IELTS or should I write TOEFL? Most times in the US they prefer TOEFL to IELTS. Why? For Canada they prefer IELTS to TOEFL. So either of these can be used to prove your English language experience or requirement. But if you are from an English speaking country, you might not need to write IELTS. As a Nigerian, we speak mostly English in our school, so it's a form of communication we use mostly in our school. So I only need to get a letter of English proficiency from my school, which means my registrar, the registrar of my school, will write something like, oh, a BSc was taken in English, so all of our course was taken in English, which means English is the mode of communication. So far I can get that letter, I don't need to write IELTS. So when searching through the websites of all the schools, you make sure you check, search deep. It is written there. Though they might write, okay, IELTS probably 6.5 out of 7, or TOEFL 83 out of this, and list the requirements. But when you search deep, you will see Also on that their websites, they write something like, if you are from so country, you don't need to submit IELTS. And most times Nigerians are included, and some English speaking countries, they are included. So they already know that these countries, they take their undergraduate studies in English, so you might not need to write IELTS. I didn't write GRE, neither did I write IELTS before my admission, and I got my admission with full funding. So before you write that IELTS, before you write that GRE, know that it doesn't determine you being admitted, but it might boost your admission. And if it is necessary, if it's a compulsory thing for you to write for your course, and most of these schools require it, please write it. It will boost your admission application and your chances of getting funding. I hope you've been able to learn something today. So if you actually learned something, kindly subscribe to my channel and click on the notification button to get notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you. Bye.